The ancient words of the prophet Isaiah hold timeless wisdom for us today. In chapter 58, we find a message that cuts straight to the heart of what it means to truly follow God. It is a powerful and challenging passage. Isaiah 58 doesn't just speak about religious practices, it delves into the very nature of our devotion. It asks us to look beyond the surface. This chapter highlights the incredible blessings that flow from a life genuinely aligned with God's will. It shows us the path to experiencing His presence and favor. The prophet draws a stark contrast. He compares superficial religious rituals with genuine acts of compassion and justice. It's a call to authenticity and faith. He reveals that God is not impressed by outward show alone. True devotion is rooted deeper. It is found in how we treat others, especially the vulnerable. Isaiah 58 emphasizes the transformative power. It speaks of a heart that is truly aligned with God's own heart. This alignment changes everything. Isaiah begins by addressing people who appeared outwardly devout. They went through the motions of faith. They seemed religious on the surface. They engaged in traditional practices. Fasting was one such practice they observed diligently. They would humble themselves outwardly. They outwardly sought God's favor. They asked for His guidance and justice. They seemed eager to draw near to Him. Yet there was a deep disconnect. Their outward actions did not match the condition of their hearts. Their piety was a facade. The prophet points out their hypocrisy. While fasting, they continued to oppress their workers. They exploited those under their authority. They engaged in strife and conflict. Their religious observance did not lead to peace or reconciliation. Instead, it fueled contention. They indulged in self-interest. Their focus remained on their own desires and comfort. Their devotion served themselves, not God or others. God reveals that their fasting was empty. It held no spiritual weight. It was a mere ritual without true meaning in His eyes. He questions why they expected to be heard. How could they lift their voices in prayer? Their actions contradicted their supposed devotion. Their outward piety was nullified. It was undone by their lack of justice and compassion. God saw through their performance. The core message of Isaiah 58 lies in God's definition of true devotion. He doesn't just critique the false, He reveals the genuine. This is where hope enters the picture. God calls for a radical shift in focus. He redirects their attention, and ours, from self to others. True worship is outward-focused love. He urges action against injustice. His command is clear: loose the chains of injustice. Break the bonds that hold people captive. He urges action against oppression. Untie the cords of the yoke, He says. Remove the burdens that weigh people down. He urges action for freedom. Set the oppressed free. Liberation is central to God's heart. He desires freedom for all. He urges action to end burdens. Break every yoke. Dismantle systems and practices that enslave or harm others. This is the fast God chooses. True devotion involves actively caring for the vulnerable. It is not passive. It requires intentional effort to meet needs. This includes sharing food with the hungry. It is a practical, tangible act of love. It addresses basic human need. It includes providing shelter for the homeless. Offering refuge and safety is a sacred act. It honors the dignity of every person. It includes clothing the naked, covering those who are exposed. Providing warmth and protection. These are the expressions of a heart aligned with God. It's about breaking down barriers of injustice, actively working to dismantle systems that cause harm, seeking righteousness in society. It's about showing compassion to those in need, feeling with them, and then acting on that feeling, letting our hearts be moved by suffering. God's promise in Isaiah 58:8 is a direct consequence. It is a beautiful picture of the blessings that flow. These are not rewards for earning His favor, but the natural outcome of living in His ways. Blessings flow when we live with compassion and humility, when our lives reflect His character, when we prioritize justice and mercy. They flow when our hearts align with God's character, when His desires become our desires, when we genuinely love what He loves. Blessings come when we are actively caring for the oppressed, when we stand with those who are marginalized, when we use our strength for their good. They come when we are breaking injustice, when we are part of the solution, not the problem, when we seek righteousness in all our dealings. Blessings are evident when we are walking in integrity, when our inner life matches our outer actions, when we are wholehearted in our devotion. God responds to this genuine devotion with healing. Your healing will quickly appear, He promises. Restoration and wholeness are part of the blessing. God responds with clarity. Your light will break forth like the dawn. Confusion is replaced by understanding. Darkness gives way to light. God responds with protection. Your righteousness will go before you. Our right living, empowered by Him, becomes a vanguard. It clears the path. And the glory of the Lord serves as a rear guard. He protects us from behind. We are surrounded by His presence and power. This is not a transactional relationship. It's not about doing good deeds to earn blessings. It's about becoming like Him. It reflects the natural outcome of mirroring God's character. As we embody His love and justice, we step into the sphere of His blessing. Embodying His love and justice leads to experiencing His presence. We walk with Him. We see His hand at work. And we experience His protection in a profound way. We are secure in His care. We are shielded by His glory. Isaiah 58 teaches us that true devotion is not outward display. It is an inward transformation. It is a change of heart that leads to changed actions. Aligning our hearts with God's is the key. This is the starting point. It is the source from which all true devotion flows. Caring for the oppressed is essential. It is not optional. It is a non-negotiable expression of genuine faith. Breaking injustice is required. We are called to be agents of His justice in the world, to challenge wrong and uphold right. Walking in integrity is fundamental. Our lives must be consistent. Our faith must be lived out in every area. This is the path to experiencing God's blessings. It is not found in empty rituals. It is found in living out His love and justice. It leads to witnessing His transformative power. We see Him work in and through us. We see lives changed. His power is seen in our lives. We experience healing, light, and protection. We are transformed by His grace. His power is seen in the world around us. As we act justly and love mercy, His kingdom advances. His will is done on earth. Our obedience and kindness are not overlooked by God. He sees every act of love. He values every step of faith. They are the foundation upon which God builds His kingdom. Our lives, lived in true devotion, become part of His eternal work. Let us walk this path.